The Denver Nuggets are in huge trouble, and to put it simply, they can't shoot. Their offense literally looks like it came straight out of the 90s, like with the Jordan era. You got four guys inside the perimeter passing and cutting, and there's just no room for any movement whatsoever, any sort of isolation play. They've taken us back 20 years. Losing Kentavious Caldwell-Pope this offseason did not help anything at all, but so far, Denver is not looking good. They've taken a beatdown by OKC, and they've lost to the Clippers, allowing Norman Powell to drop 37 on their head. Two overtime wins against Toronto and Brooklyn aren't exactly inspiring, as those are bottom feeders in the East. And this team has struggles. They're 19th in defensive rating right now, 13th in offensive rating, on top of being 2-2. And they just can't shoot the three ball. Even the Joker said they just cannot shoot the three ball right now. And it's not good. I mean, when you have more than one non-shooter on the court, you're probably going to get cooked by the other team's defense. And sometimes they have to have two. Even when you have one, even if like Westbrook's standing in the corner, it makes things so much harder for the guards on this team. And in particular, Jamal Murray, a guy who was extremely good. So good on their championship run. I mean, he's a killer, especially when you get to the playoffs. He's one of the most well-known playoff risers in the NBA. But so far this year, he's averaging 18.8 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4.8 assists on 38% shooting from the field and 35% from 3 on 5 attempts a game. This is a much different Jamal than we're used to. We're used to the 22 a game with about 6 assists, 4 rebounds on 48% shooting from the field, maybe 40% from 3. Last year he shot 43% from 3, but now with the defense clogging the lanes, everything is clogged up. He's not having a good start to the year. Neither is Michael Porter Jr. He finally had a good game versus Brooklyn. He had 16, 5, and 2 on 6 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from downtown. But on the year, I mean, it's like that Minnesota series all over again. 13.3 points a game, 7.8 rebounds, 2.3 assists on 40% shooting from the field, 30% from 3 on 7 attempts. This is a guy that's normally a 50, 40, 90 guy. And this is why Denver is in big time trouble this year. This is a team that, man, they were looking good. I mean, I was excited about Westbrook coming in. I was excited about, of course, the rookie, Daron Holmes, who didn't even make it through the summer league. Julian Strawther, I thought, was going to have a big year. Christian Brown has been solid. He's averaged 14 points, about 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2.8 stocks per game. But he's a guy that the other team, Brooklyn, just lets him shoot. I mean, there was an overtime possession, and he was wide open on the three-point line, and they didn't even close out. And that is an issue. Strawther, 56% from 3 on 2.3 attempts per game. Get him some more minutes. But of your 9 rotation guys, Peyton Watson shooting 14% from 3 on 2 attempts a game. Westbrook shooting 25% from 3 on 3 attempts a game. Saric is only playing 10 minutes. I don't understand why. I thought this was a great addition in the offseason. A guy that can stretch the floor. He's only 29. He's still got plenty left in the tank. He can do a little bit of everything. Pick and roll, pick and pop. And he's only playing 10 minutes a game, and he's not even shooting 1 attempt per game from downtown. That is not a good situation. So there's 3 guys right there that can't shoot whatsoever. If Jamal and MPJ don't shoot well, then this team really can't score. And that is a awful formula to win games. The Joker, like we said, doesn't like to shoot the 3 ball. He's been forced to shoot it, and he's the best player in the world, so he's shooting 55% from 3 through 4 games right now. I mean, you can't make that up. But like I said, these 2 overtime wins are not motivating at all, especially when Jokic had to do literally everything. Against Brooklyn, he had 29, 18, and 16, a ridiculous stat line. And against Toronto, he had 40 and 10. He can't do that every night. You cannot rely on one guy to carry you through every single game. And so far, that's what they've been doing for Jokic. He's averaging 31.5 points per game, 12.3 rebounds, 9.3 assists on 55% shooting from the field, 57% shooting from the field, 55% from 3 on 5 attempts. That is a ridiculous stat line, but you cannot continue. You can't ask that guy to go out and for 82 games put up 40 or put up 35, maybe for like 65 because he's the MVP. He's the best player in the league right now, but you got to have other guys step up at some point. At some point, Jamal Murray is going to have a couple games. At some point, Michael Porter Jr. is going to have 30, 35 for a couple of games. Julian Strother is going to have to step up off the bench. And they're not only missing Kentavious Caldwell-Pope on offense, they also miss him defensively because, like I said, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 28 on them. Norman Powell dropped 37 on him. RJ Barrett, they held him to 9 of 21 shooting, which is kind of normal for RJ Barrett, but he only scored 20 points. And then Cam Thomas had 26, and Dennis Schroeder had 28 against him. They're missing that perimeter defense. It's not like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is absolutely lighting it up right now in Orlando. He's only averaging 5.6 points per game and 1 rebound and 1.4 assists, but he is averaging 2.4 stocks per game, only shooting 28% from the field and 17% from 3. That's rough. But overall, I mean, the Nuggets, they have to get better. Right now, they're 23rd in field goal percentage, 14th in three-point percentage, which is solid. I mean, it's upper half of the league, but they're 29th in three-point attempts. They just don't like to shoot the three ball because they're not confident in it whatsoever, and that is a big-time issue. They're first in two-point attempts and 28th in two-point percentage. This is very bad. They're going to have to make some sort of move at the deadline. This is not a good situation whatsoever, especially when you got to play at least one, maybe two guys on the court at all times that just can't shoot whatsoever. If you made it this far into the video, obviously you like something, make sure to hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. If that is you, go ahead and fix that right now. Also, go ahead and go check out our football channel if you're a football fan. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get back to the video looking at the breakdown. Here's more of what I'm talking about, right? We got a pick and roll, and normally a pick and roll happens way out here, like at the Y or something in Barclays Center. But no, they start this pick and roll 3 feet inside the line, and the defender is still not up and covering Russ. They don't even respect his mid-range. So now they have 1, 2, 3 guys at about the paint, right? Christian Brown's out here. Cam Johnson, they're not even really trying to close hard on him. They're maybe closing a little bit. The only shooter they have on the court right now is Julian Strother. The only threat. Cam Thomas needs to be over more. That is the only threat. And as this plays out, Russ, he's going to feed Jokic, and then finally cut back door. If I'm Jokic, the pass here, in my opinion, of course, he's a 3-time MVP, so maybe I shouldn't question him, but the pass here would be this skip to Strother. Maybe he doesn't trust Strother yet, but that's an open 3 ball. Again, Brooklyn's not worried about closing out on Brown, and really, this should not be a pass. Like, yes, they don't have a rim protector in the game, but still, it's a great block by Zaire Williams, and now they're going the other way. Now, this is better. If they can get back to this, it will be a whole lot better. Brown's going to clear out. You got MPJ up here, Jamal Murray. So, 1, 2, career 40% three-point shooters. Brown, they're not worried about him, but can he catch, rotate, spin it, and knock it down? Yes, he can do that. He's shooting like 40% from 3 on the year right now, but if he continues to do that, teams are going to start closing out on him, and it's not going to be good. You also have Aaron Gordon here, who's also shooting like 40% from 3 right now on the year in the dunker spot. So this is going to be classic Nuggets offense. It's going to revolve around Jokic and just shooters everywhere, right? Because everybody has to be worried about Jokic because he's the best player in the world. So you got to skip here, you got to skip here, and you got to skip here. 3 passes. The diagonal is the open pass that he sees right here to MPJ. Kick, knock down, beautiful. If they can do this more often, then they will be a much better offense, and it really relies on Michael Porter Jr. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.